Welcome season 2019-2020. This is the first webinar of the season. For those of you joining TFA recently, you will realize we make a webinar once every 2 weeks, focusing on a topic that we want to work on the training pitch, which is involved of the style of play that we want to do. We deliver these sessions for a couple of weeks, and then we move on to the next phase. This webinar will be discussing the new formation that we'll be playing this season. Please watch and enjoy.
So this season we'll be moving to a 4-1-4-1 formation. Now the important thing to remember is formation move and adapt according to football trends. But the most important thing about formation is that it gives us A, balance, B, transition, but ultimately it has to be about total football. And total football means that all the positions will move and interact and change. So this season we'll be moving to 4-1-1. This is clearly Pep Guardiola's favorite formation, and when you study and analyze it, you understand why. The 4 across the midfield and the 4 across defense gives you the perfect balance in both areas, defensive and offensive. This formation obviously relies heavily on the 3 key players: the goalkeeper, the midfielder, number 6, and the striker, the spine of the team, while the other 8 players gives you the cover on the width. This formation gives us possession, this formation gives us transition, this formation will give us recovery, so you can see why it is favored and important. Okay. So the first and most important thing is possession of the ball. This is why Guardiola really likes this formation. And this is why you have to have a really good goalkeeper player who can play with both feet. As the great Cruyff said, we have one ball, we want to keep it. So what this formation allows you to do is to use your centre halves to build up the play. And obviously with the new recent change of the law, where the 2 centre halves can go into the 6-yard box, this is perfect. If you guys watched the Community Shield yesterday, Man City were brilliant at building up from the back and keeping the ball away from Liverpool. So the goalkeeper obviously has to be a very good user of the ball. The 2 centre halves drop into the 6-yard box, and the space between them and the strikers allows them the time to keep possession and build up possession. And the fullbacks no longer go to the corner flags. The fullbacks push up and play as wingers. This allows the transition into offense very rapidly and very importantly. If the centre halves are pressed, number 6 will always come to collect the ball. And in effect, what Guardiola has done brilliantly here is number 6 is the sweeper playing in the front. So he's a sweeper in front of the defense, not behind the defense. Now, it's critical for all our teams that you identify this player and make sure that this player exists in your team. And finally, the striker. The striker has to be great at mobility and holding up the ball to allow the midfield to transition into attack. So again, the 3 key players is goalkeeper, number 6, and striker. The final phase, obviously, is as we build up the play and go into the opposition's half. Mobility, transition, interchanging of positions, better known as beautiful football, is what we want to do. Once we've successfully kept possession of the ball and built up the play into the opposition's half, it's all about the movement of the midfield and the guys up front, and appreciation of space and keeping at the ball and attacking.